Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing? Get things situated here. Good, good, good. All right, we got some pretty good rejections off of the level that we mentioned yesterday, right? And it's the same level that we talked about in the last couple days. So hopefully some of you guys caught it. I did catch some spy puts towards the end of the session or the end of the yesterday's trading session. Um, So let's see if we can find some, or if we can get some good price action in the morning. All right, so the first thing, let's go over uh, the equities. So the top watch that I'm going to be watching out for today is ARM. Setting up pretty well here, right? So we got a little bit of a breaker structure off of these. 1 second. Make sure that this is aligned. So these highs here, right around that 149.70, 150, right? Been acting as a resistance and price has not sustained above, right? Lots of rejections there. And right now during pre-market, we're getting that test, right? So keep an eye on this one. If we can sustain, again, this is not going to be, it's going to take two things, two confirmations. First, we need to hold this level, right? We can enter a small position into this, right? Anticipating a reclaim of this zone, because once we reclaim this previous low here, right, and then we got that retest here, got some rejection, if we're able to sustain value here, I think it's going to be a quick move into that 157, 158. All right, so first, right, this is going to be a top watch. First thing we want to see is a consolidation within this zone. And if we're able to get that to me is price acceptance. I'll look to position right myself here, maybe start a small position here. And if we get that breakout, I will probably look to add more at this level and then looking for that final target around that 157 to 158 zone. All right, so keep an eye here on ARM. That's going to be the top watch for today. If we do get some rejections here right below, I'm no longer interested, right? The next level I'm interested in is going to be this zone here. So keep an eye there on ARM. Next up is going to be Google. Was watching this yesterday, was looking for an entry, just did not get it, right? I wanted to see a, let's put in the 15-minute time frame here. I wanted to see a strong close right above this 183.80, 184 level. All right, this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see candle closes above this. And as you can see, it's just, it was looking a little weak. It was looking a little weak, and now we're trying again during pre-market. Let's see, right? If I do see a lot of, strong aggressive buyers on the tape, so we're going to be watching the order flow or the order book and the time and sales. If we do spot some strong buyers there, I'm interested in positioning myself, anticipating a 185 test, and then right above 185, I think we can see some 186.69. Again, these are just minor levels. I really don't have any major supply until 191, 192 on Google. All right. I do want to note that we're structuring pretty well here. Right. So good structure for the zone. Good structure. Are we gonna structure here for that next breakout? We'll see. Right. Previous highs. Tested yesterday. Acted as support. You bounced, and then right at market close. Right. You can see here we also bounce off of that level. So keep an eye here on Google. I'm liking the structure. If the market continues to be strong, right, Google's going to be one of my main watch as well. So ARM and Google. Next up, let's go over the indices. So SPY, very good rejection off of this breaker structure. Right, so this level between 624 60 to 625. Remember, this was a level of interest that we would keep talking about. And then in the yesterday session, I said, watch for this break off of this level. If we break this, look for a retest where price starts to reject. So that's what we saw. Yesterday, we came down, broke that level, retested that, rejected. That's your first trade. Second, got that retest again and rejected. And that had a continuation to the downside. We're still continuing, right? We're still continuing to form a higher low here. So don't get too excited, you bears out there. Do not get too excited in trying to short this market. Just play the levels. For today, all right, for today, keep an eye on this small supply zone here between 623.70 to 623.90, right? This level here. That's where price, as you can see, this is on a 15-minute timer. Let me zoom in. Look at this price action here in the last 30 minutes of market, or the last actually hour, right? Lots of rejections there. Price could not sustain value above, flushed it, right? And this is also when President Trump released some statement. Again, I think it was about tariff again. And then look what happened. Look what's happening right now during pre-market. You're getting that rejection, right? So you got some confirmation here. Let's see if we can, if a market open, we get some hard reject. I'm going to look for a lower high, right? I would like price to just do its thing, right? Let it reject. Look for that retest. And that's going to be our entry, right? That's going to be the lower high formation will be our entry. We'll look to take that trade. Probably going to target right around that 622 area, which is, this was kind of like your consolidation before that PPI news, right, was released during pre-market. So, and then right below that, we'll target this demand zone. If we reclaim this level at 623.80, if we do reclaim that, let's see if we can find a trade to target this break of structure level here at 625. All right. No bias for now, right? No bias for now. Just keep an eye on the supply zone. Keep an eye on this breaker structure. Those are the level of interest where I'm looking to play the short side. All right. So that's going to be for the SPY. Last one is going to be the Qs. So what I was telling you guys yesterday before I left, use QQQ as your market gauge, right? As long as price is supported here at previous highs, previous all-time highs, previous all-time highs, right? Try not to short the market. And as you can see, there were multiple touches here where price bounced. And then finally in the afternoon session, you finally got that give, right? So for today, what are we going to be watching out for? The previous session's high. This is in line with previous all-time highs, right? So this is going to be an important level right around that 557.25 to 557.65, right? Give it until 558, psychological level, right? As long as price is right below this, be careful in trying to long, unless we see some strong buyers stepping in here, right? Strong aggressive buyers, then we can take that to the upside. But for right now, you're right below that zone. So this is going to be our key level. All right, bearish below, right? Bullish above. All right, so that's going to be for the Qs. Side watch, I do have some side watch here. It's going to be NVIDIA. So keeping an eye on this 169 level, right? This is your kind of like you're holding the gap, right? I'm anticipating a gap and go. So you gapped up, you're kind of bull flagging here, right? Consolidating. Let's see if we can get that breakout there. Watching this 169. I'm also watching a break above. I think I'll give it 172. And if I see some strong price action there, I might look to take a small position, right? Anticipating a break into all-time highs. So, but a safer entry would be at this 169 and then previous session's highs, which is around that 167. And then obviously you got that 165 as well, right? I don't know if we're going to be able to touch that, but touch that today. But just keep an eye on this one. Semis, continue to say it. It's been the kind of like the driver of this market. So I'll continue to remain bullish on the semiconductors until we see some, you know, some weakness there. All right. Last but not the least is going to be Amazon here. I mean, it's just consolidating, but look at this structure, guys. Let's look at the 30-minute right now currently. Just look at this. It's beautiful, right? Highs, 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 highs. Supported now once you traded above, right? You can see here 1, 2, you're being supported now. It was previous resistance, now becoming support. So 224.25 to 224.65. Keep an eye on that. It's just been choppy, right? It's just been consolidating after that breakout, but that's a good sign. I mean, this is just, you're basically just structuring, right? Structure, 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 now structure. Are we going to go back below? Or I'm anticipating a break above and then possibly create another structure there. All right, so 227, strong break above 227. That could be a pretty beautiful, quick move into that 229, 230 supply. But again, a safer, a good risk to reward entry would be right around this breaker structure level, which is around that 224 area. All right, so that's going to be the main watch for today. Well, that's the side watch, but going to be focusing on Google, ARM, and then obviously the SPY and the QQQs. So we got about less than a minute until market opens. So good luck, fellas. Trade safe, be patient. ARM is making the move now already, getting that gap up there. Just good. I'm also going to be looking at that 152.5 calls. I'm going to put that on the watch. Here we go. Market's open. Let's get it. Spreads on ARM is pretty wide here. I'm going to wait until that settles, but I'm really liking ARM here, guys. I'm really liking ARM here. Those are picking up real fast too. I'm going to switch into the 2-minute time frame here now. How do you guys like this view, by the way? I changed the chart to 4 instead of 6, and I made the font bigger. Hopefully it's much clearer, and I kind of just want to focus on 4 things instead of having 6 different charts or 6 different things to be watching, so we can focus on the top watches. Good. Man, ARM is just going. Let's look at the 160s on ARM. 160 calls. Let's look for that retest as well. QQQ is coming down, getting rejected off of that level. What happened to my VWAP? You had me on 40 inch. Sheesh. Let's keep an eye on Tesla actually, instead of Google. So Tesla here, keeping an eye on this white zone. All right, watch this pullback here on ARM. 152 area. The only thing I don't like is SMH, the semiconductor ETF. Apple's making a move. Seeing some selling pressure here on SPY. I'm gonna have SPY 623 puts on our watch. 623 puts for SPY. It's up to you whether you want to grab today's expiration or tomorrow's. Again, the reason being, right, you're at this supply zone, starting to see some selling pressure here. I know ARM's spreads is pretty nasty, about 5 to 10, so make sure you're limit ordering that. Let's also look at next week's ARM contracts, the 160s. It's not bad. there's no data coming out after today, right? After 9:30, right? Let's see anything. So Q's was leading yesterday. Now it's starting leading to the upside. Now it's starting to lead to the downside. You're trading at the lows here on the Q's. Let's just mark this pre-market lows. Tesla, put on your watch list the 320s or the 325s. I'm gonna put the 325s. What I'm watching for Tesla here is look at this here, this white zone, right? Previous resistance. See if we can reclaim this. If we're able to reclaim it, and then overall market is looking strong, looking for that upside there on Tesla. All right, so we're continuing to find support on this break of structure. As you can see here during at market open, bounce off of that level with vengeance, right? QQQs is also bouncing off of that demand zone. Google. Let's see Google here real quick. Just consolidating, not getting enough volume. I need it above 184. I needed the sustained value above 184 for me to be interested. Not in the position yet on Tesla. Remember, if I get into the position, you'll see it on the right-hand side of my screen. Right here on this yellow box. I'm just putting in the risk to reward here on Tesla if I do take it, so you guys know the plan. Alright, the plan is, right, if we continue to sustain value here, I'm interested in seeing this to the upside. Trade will be invalidated if we break below 315, or I'll probably use VWAP as my stop loss here on Tesla. And I'm looking for a 319 to 320 target, which is this the bottom of this supply zone here. For now, just waiting. Morning, Farhan. Let's look at Tesla here. While QQQs and SPY struggling to go up, of course Tesla's going to start holding here. watching the tape closely here on Tesla. $6,287 to 6,2. Oh, that's also Farhan. If you turn on, if you're looking at the depth of market DOM, it also has 0 prints. Yeah, keep an eye on that one. Look at my screen right here, right now. Look at this, 6,289. You see this? The bid volume here. There's 0, 0. There's nothing there, right? Price might try to revisit that. But the area of interest, if you're looking to trade futures, the area of interest that I'm looking at for ES is 6,277 to 6,280. That's where the imbalance happened earlier this morning. Not in any trades yet, just watching currently. Tesla high day. I just don't. Tesla does this a lot. It just diverges, right? Look at Qs coming down, low day, SPY, low day. Look at Tesla trying to make a move. I mean, I want to take this trade. I do, but again, my plan or my strategy is always finding confluences. Whenever I find confluences on my trade, those typically work out 80-90% of the time. I need QQQs to stabilize here. I need SPY to stabilize here, and then I'll look to enter Tesla. Morning, Mib. Late today. That's high day there for Tesla. Jeez. She's really going. ARM could not hold value above. I think that's because of SMH. SMH is kind of looking weak right now. Seeing if we can bounce off of that 285. Tesla, another high day. Yeah, low volume node on that one. You trade futures, Farhan? Or do you also trade SPY and QQQ and other equities? Or do you trade options, I mean? Slow day for ARM. How's Mara? Mara hit 20 bucks yesterday. I got stopped out on that one. Oh, nice. Melee ES. There was a lot of MIV. There was a lot of orders right around that 6282 to 6287 at market close yesterday. Here, let me just show it. But I don't know if that's gonna put a lot. It's gonna make a lot of emphasis with it being at market close, like right around this level here. But my area of interest here is gonna be at that 6278, 6280. See if we can get that move to the downside. This is gonna be my area of interest because we are rejecting off of that 6300, 6295 supply. Man, anybody shorted that SPY, guys. My goodness. Beautiful move. QQQ is about to test that pre-market lows. You are coming down heavy. All right, what's the next SPY? 622. Relative strength is Tesla. So if Qs start to find support, either a pre-market low or, I mean, the next demand is right around that 552. Tesla will be my main watch. NVIDIA just barcoding here. I think that was during 350 mark. That was the that was a 10-minute rig. Yeah, that's true. I agree. right, this is the potential short I'm looking at for SPY. If we can come up to this 50% retracement, which is in line with where VWAP is as well, right? I wouldn't want it to take out lower day right now, right? I would want us to bounce here, retest the 623 to 623.20, and if this rejects, I'm looking to take a short, targeting lower day. If we touch 621.85 before hitting this 50% retracement on SPY, then this trade would probably be invalidated. Contracts I'm looking at is the 623 puts. Again, I want to retest this level here. Let's get curious. Google a low day, could not sustain value there. We might take low day there on SPY. Tesla wants to go. Yeah, that's low day. Alright. We'll probably have to wait. Let's keep an eye here. Some big orders just got filled on ARM. You guys in any trades yet? Kinda missed the short here on SPY. ARM, I'm starting to like there. I'm starting to like that price action. There's a big order just got filled right around that 150. It started at 150.15, and then we're continuing to see it now. And then you can see it on the time and sales as well. Look at the right side here, right? There's also, you know, some orders there: 150.36, 150.45, 150.60. Those are pretty big orders, so I might ride that ARM trade here based on that information soon. I look to start a small position here in ARM soon, guys. Just based on the information that I just told you. There's pretty big buy orders that just got filled right within this white zone here. The thing is, if the market continues this downtrend, right, that's gonna drag ARM down. So that's one thing. That's why I want to position lightly on this. And be careful in trying to get filled on the contracts because it has a pretty wide spread. So try to do a limit order. QQQ is just looking weak. Let's see here. 150, 150. You might see another low here in SPY. So this white zone here is going to be my next area of interest. That's in line with where 6278, 6280 on ES is. Again, do not be the first buyer, all right? Watch for those, watch the tape. See if we can identify those strong buyers that steps in. Let them be the first buyer. Look for that pullback and enter. Okay, that's going to be the confirmation. There's a strong rest of sellers here. Keep an eye on Tesla as well. $500 lots sitting at 6278 right now. I'm gonna probably take a stab here on the long on SPY soon. Waiting for this next candle or next strong move where it creates, again, what I said, right? A higher low. Keeping a very close eye here. Remember, this was our area of interest, and where are we bouncing? All right, we're bouncing at that level. Same thing, what I said on ES. Where are we bouncing? Area of interest, 6278, 6280. Now what do? Wait for confirmation. If you're going to look to enter without a proper confirmation, or with, make sure you're sizing accordingly. ARM is making a push. I might take an entry here on ARM, to be honest with you guys. I might take an entry here on ARM. I keep saying it. If 6280 can hold, or this level here, this is going to be my entry. Right around 622. I would like it to pull back. Would like it to pull back, or else I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna take a trade here on ARM, guys. Trying to get filled at $1.40. I got filled at $1.44. You guys know the plan. About 3% here on ARM. What was that on Tesla? Yikes. I don't know if you guys saw that. Strong VWAP rejection. Good stuff, Miv. Up about 7% here on ARM. Looking for a break above 152.50 to 152.60. For those of you guys that got into SPY off of that bounce, congrats. I was looking for a pullback. I'm still looking for a pullback off of this yellow line here. I don't know if we're gonna get it. We're gonna get this pullback. Here's a little bit of a pullback here on SPY. No longer interested on Tesla there. Keeping an eye on SPY here. Here's a little bit of a pullback. Watching 622 or 6280. See if that's supported. Apple's at high day. Google, good bounce off of that 182. One more small push down here on SPY. Just don't like how the Qs is still looking weak. Don't like it at all. All right, I'm in SPY here. SPY calls got filled at $1.29. Right now they're trading at $1.30. Stop loss is going to be below 622. Looking for a VWAP test. If we do get rejected there at VWAP, I'll probably close some position. But if we can get above VWAP, I'm looking for 623.27 as a target. So we're up about 10% there already on Tesla or on SPY. If you guys want to take a trim. Beautiful entry, beautiful retest off of that 622 that we talked about. Got the entry. Now we want to see a follow through here. We're up about 8% again on those SPY. Again, if you get rejected off of VWAP, I might close the position here. I would really like to see QQQ lead on this push up. That's going to give us a lot of confirmation. Tesla reclaiming 315 so far. ARM coming down, keeping an eye on that 150.50. If that breaks, I'm gonna get up. Again, that's a small position. Same positioning as Mara, right? Tesla looking good there. Liquidity sweep below 315. Reclaim that ASAP. I don't like how we're struggling here on SPY. Tesla making a move here. That's a good move here on Tesla. I might take a stab here off of this volume push. With the stop loss below 315. I'm going to get it on Tesla as well. We're up about 14% here on SPY. All right. 17%. Taking my first trim here on SPY. Right at VWAP. We're still up about 16%. Looking for a final target right around this, give me 1 second. Right around this zone. Tesla, we're up about 3%. Good push there on Tesla. 5% there on Tesla. 6%. You can look to scalp it if you want. VWAP rejection, I'm out on SPY. I'm going to look to re-enter on that one. Gustav Richard T. We're up about 7% here on Tesla now. We got to be careful though. Look at QQQs, right? You're at that break and retest area again. I might take profits here on Tesla too, just for a quick scalp. Stop loss on ARM is 150.50, okay? 150.50. Taking my first trim here on Tesla. This was meant to be just a you know, scalp off of that volume push. So 10% here. I'm trying to get filled at $2.28. QQQ getting rejected and SPY getting rejected too. It's a big rejection there. ARM might get stopped out here soon. Waiting for this candle close. We're up about 8% here. Tesla got filled on one contract there at 235. Guys, we're up about 11% here on Tesla. I took my first trim there at $2.35. It was about 12 to 13%. I'm all out of Tesla here. Good quick trade so far today. SPY calls. Average gain on that one is, I think it was like 17%. And then Tesla, average gain on that one is 10%. You're still going there on Tesla. I think a break of high a day, you can see a quick move into that 320 to 322 supply zone. Relative strength, right? We saw that from the start where Tesla was making a move while to the upside, while Qs was coming down. SPY was coming down, and you were holding that level, right? You got a little bit of liquidity sweep there at 315 and really immediately reclaimed that level. So we're down currently on ARM trade. The reason why I'm holding this ARM trade a little longer is because if you look at SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF, you're approaching this support zone here, which are currently bouncing. Nvidia as well, you're approaching that 169 level that we talked about. So a lot of these semis are approaching their, kind of not key support, but previous session support area. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time here on ARM. How's everyone doing? Were you guys able to take a trade, or are you guys still sitting on your hands? SPY still continuing to look okay, right? 622. I think this zone here is actually 622, right? You already made this bounce off of this white zone, right? I wouldn't want that price to be revisited. I would want 622 to hold going forward. Tesla, holy moly, high day Tesla. Be careful there on SPY. You got a little bit of absorptions there. Right at that 623 level. That's also the orb low, right, on the 15-minute time frame. Tesla really going. Sheesh. ARM getting a little bit of a bounce here now too. Nice, Richard T. Way to go. 60%. Where was your entry? Are the pre-market lows? Or did you time the bottom there? Tesla final target at 320 hit if you're still in it. SPY starting to go here too. Seeing a lot of absorptions here. Let's look at ARM real quick. I'm thinking about adding it to this position, but do I want to add? Is this a good area to add into? What do you guys think? Where we're at right now, is this a good area to add? Price is currently right above it. Thinking about it, if the market continues to, start showing strength here, I don't see why ARM cannot, make a move as well, given that SMH is also, right at that support area. So Nvidia, someone that support at 169 level as well. So I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's gonna depend on SPY and Qs. These guys really need to start. I mean, this is a good sign, right? You're bouncing off of that level that we talked about, as long as we don't revisit that again. And then Qs start to sustain value here. I think we got another move there into that 557.60, 557.50 level. But right now it's getting a little heavy, guys. Getting a little heavy. Just take this out now. That's a lot of big orders coming through the tape. So this is what I mean when I said be careful with SPY. All right, so you guys can have a good idea. So this is the futures, right? The S&P 500, SPY, ETF, and ES futures right? They both move in tandem, right? So you can trade SPY off of ES charts. The reason why I said be careful is because if you're seeing these bubbles here, right? These are big orders that's coming through the tape. So red means orders being filled at the ask, or yeah, at the ask, or aggressively getting filled at the ask, and then greens are the ones that are getting filled at the bid, right? So you can see here those big orders started coming in where at the orb low, right? Just in line with also the 50% retracement, and that's why you're getting those follow throughs on the sell. And then now you got some absorptions there, 503. Trying to recover here now on ARM. Everyone good? I might end the stream early today since we got some good trades here already. I'm in the process of creating a Discord, a free Discord for everyone, so you guys can communicate with me directly, so we can so we can have some kind of community, right? And that's in the future. I'll let you guys know. And then that's where I'll probably do some do updates on whether we're gonna start the stream early or start the stream short or a little later. So but appreciate you guys joining in. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on the channel to help us grow as a community. I'm gonna stay here for another maybe 5-10 minutes, but you guys know what the plan is on ARM. I'm thinking about adding it to that position, but we went over this during our pre-market, right? Previous highs, previous highs, previous highs, where we tested multiple times and we're supported at that level, right? Your stop loss is going to be below that 150. Maybe we have to use a 15-minute candle close there. Again, this is still a small position that I got into. I don't typically size big on equities unless I say so. I usually do regular size on the S&P 500 or the Qs, just because I have good levels, there, and I have confirmation on the order flow. Fair value gap on which one? On SPY or ES? Are you looking at the 1 minute time frame? Yeah, that could be. Tesla continuing to make the move. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out here. So, in summary, right, we took Tesla for an average gain of 10 to 11%, right, off of this 315 analysis. SPY, we took that calls as well for an average gain of 17 to 18%. And then right now, ARM, right, small position. We're down about 30% here. As long as we hold above that 150, I'm confident in this trade. Would like this move to happen before the end of the day today, right? I don't think I'm going to look to swing it. If we do, if it doesn't move, right, I'm just going to get out. I'm just going to get out for a loss there. But I'll also update. I'll do a weekly update on the trades that we took, so we can maybe we can review it together and what we did wrong or what we did right, so that we can kind of apply it to the next trade. And I like reviewing our trade the trades that I take usually. All right, so we can fine tune our strategy. But as always, guys, you guys have a good one. And I won't be here tomorrow, making a one-day trip to the beach. I'll be back on Friday. So make sure you guys stay safe. Please do not overtrade. Please do not force trades. Make sure you guys have levels set before taking a trade. And thanks for joining the stream. Have a good one, guys. Peace.